Hello darlings, how are you? Welcome to another broadcast of The Curious Mind of Raquel Carter. I am your favorite mermaid mystic. So today I wanted to let's go back and recapture the video that I put up prior. Was the first portion of Beatrix Potter. Now the camera got cut off and I was unable to continue onward in that channeling session, and I never like to push the odds of when I'm working with spirit and channeling particular people, so I did not want to add anything to that, so that's therefore why it's cut off. So if you want to watch that video, which is this is a continuation, because I wanted to ready and steady my energy and call back in Beatrix again, once again, and let's see if she had anything to add to the channeling session that we had prior. So I hope that you weren't too discombobulated when I it was just cut off right in the mid section of that particular video. So what I'm going to do is sit and ready myself, and let's get on with the channeling of our dear beloved Beatrix Potter. And tell me if you enjoyed the other video about Tasha. When I was going back and rewinding and editing it, I recognized that I don't know, perhaps I ruffled a bit of feathers, you know. I mean, it wasn't me. I'm just the entity that I'm the vessel, I'm the channel through which these particular messages come through. So don't shoot the messenger, you know what I mean, love? These are things that, like, I don't even know what's coming in when I'm channeling. And so then when I go back and I edit it, I'm like, that might have been a little bit disheartening to people. No, I don't know, on the other side of that, which I can understand. But also remember, okay, so all of these channeling sessions are me. These are not my opinions. I always work from the right side of my brain, the spiritual side, you know. I do not work from the ego part of my brain, nor do I work from the logical side of my brain. I always work and make sure that I'm in tune with what is coming across and what needs to be heard from the person that is coming in. And I've got a bit of kitten fur on my cheek there. I was just giving Pete a pet, you know. He loves his little petting sessions. But anyway, so let's go ahead and see what the rest of what Beatrix would like to have come in, okay? Okay, so immediately what I'm having come in that I'm tuning to is I'm hearing Beatrix talk about discord again. It seems like this was a continuation of what I was picking up on previous in the other video, which was about this disharmony in her relationship with her parents. And that was really something that struck such a massive chord, an intricate chord with, I'm hearing her mother, not necessarily so much with her father. Her father was starry-eyed in the sense that he had absolute and utter belief in her. It was almost as if I'm hearing her say, you know, Daddy, I'm hearing her say, no, I wouldn't say Daddy. I would have said Father. Okay. Father had such a beautiful, inspirational, optimism about my artistry, and he believed in me. And I know that inherently it was because he never fulfilled his dream. So it's as if he was living his dream through his daughter, me. Thank you, Father. And I'm hearing that she struggled, I'm hearing her say, I struggled with female relationships because I had a very non-harmonious relationship with my own mother, and this created tension, apprehension with my relationships for particular women. Now, I got on very well with a few particular people. I'm seeing also there's someone that used to man or run property, that was kind of like the person that took care of the property. I don't know what you call that. Beatrix, what do you call that? Sort of like, okay, so the word that's coming to me, so that's what happens if I can't pick up on the word, they're going to give it to me in the way that I can relate, which I'm hearing farmhand. And so this particular farmhand was very much, there was a wife of the farmhand, and I got on with her. I really, really loved her. I'm hearing chap. He was a lovely chap, but I really, really got on with his wife. And I'm also hearing I very much encourage, I'm hearing this is in present tense, Raquel, very much encourage independence of women. This is something that this is something that was very, very instrumental in my drive to become such a great writer and succeed and become so successful, because this was, and Raquel, you can relate, to create the independence for a woman. Now, Raquel, you can't relate to this in the same exact proportionate measures of, and I'm hearing her come in and she says, yes, I use big words still, even on the other side. Yes, proportionate measures for women, because this is very, very a telltale of why female relationships with their mothering kind creates discord within the relations, because there is a okay, I'm here. Okay, so she's saying like, my mother did not care so much about, I'm hearing following or hanging on to the coattails, or the coattails of a family inheritance or heredity or legacy. She was fine and well to be of the social status from the workings and the employment of those women that came before her. It did not trouble her at all, and she felt no inclination to feel like unworthy of that, which was actually a good positive thing, because when you believe that you are worthy, like that's just a matter of fact, you know. But I, as a child, being so reserved and sheltered, again, I'm hearing that word sheltered, that it made it difficult for me to find my place amongst that sense of divinity, that sense of divine origin, of being a woman that wasn't status quo. Okay. even in my mortal life, okay, even in my mortal life, the troubling spirit of my heart continued onward from cradle to grave, basically, is how you would say it. Not cradle to grave, obviously, Raquel, but from cradle to grave. That is a saying that we say in England, from cradle to grave. Now, it was very popular in the Victorian era as of my maturing. Meaning, okay, what do you mean? Meaning that it was very much a sore sense of a touchy, strikingly emotional aspect for me about Norman and the passing of him, and feeling just absolutely, I became bored with writing books. There was no more energetic. I feel as though the evolution got lost. Evolution got lost? I didn't want to do it anymore. There was no passion like there was when Norman was here. He was very encouraging, and our correspondence, our missives were quite lovely, and I absolutely looked. I'm feeling that I'm feeling tearing up in my eyes, like I'm very emotional about it. I'm hearing her say, like, I hid it away. Very, very emotional, very emotional. I'm hearing her say, like, a part of me died when Norman passed. You know, I made my life rather lovely, but in order to heal the pain, I took a different direction, and that's why I went on to do these farming things, because being in the immersed in the books was a constant reminder. As much as I tried to push it away, I was just kind of like phoning it in, darling, phoning it in when it came to these books and the publication company. And I felt it was my, in a sense, debt or my responsibility to continually help the Warren company, because it was Norman's family. So there was an allegiance, an alliance, a sense of devotion, a tethering. It was a tethering to me continually feeling as though this was my attributing factor to Norm's legacy. Remembering Norm. Yes, I called him Norm, is what she's saying. Yeah, Norm. And, you know, yeah, I didn't like to discuss it very much with Helis. Helis? I don't know what was, is that his last name? Helis? I know it's Helis, Mrs. Helis. Yes, I'm Mrs. Helis, because I wanted to disassociate. I'm seeing this. Let me, like, kind of like, I'm seeing a Christmas pudding. Do you understand, love? Yeah, I'm seeing a Christmas pudding, and she's cutting the Christmas pudding in half. And she's like, yeah, you wouldn't normally do this. You would spoon it. You would spoon it, but I'm trying to give you a metaphor, darling, that I had to disassociate and like put the two separately. And this is the way that I did it. And this is the way that I was able to partially heal. I only partially healed. Do you understand? Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, and I'm hearing her say, now let's get back to what we were talking about on the book, because I really need to drive this home. I need to drive this home, please, darling. As you would a cattle. That it was a bit, I wouldn't say disturbing, Raquel, but it was a bit, unlikely that I can't believe that literally like the National Trust would go so far as to have this masculine, calling it masculine, finish my book. The essence, my spirit was not in that book. If you were to do research on it or try to find out what the sale rate ratio of that particular book was, probably not very good. And that is why it was not very good, because it had no essence of me, my spirit to nature, my fairy-like aesthetic, my whimsy, the prancing, the joyful, anthropomorphic nature. I'm hearing the zest. There was no zest to it. And this is exactly the reason for not being a successful publication. Well, I'm feeling like this. Like, it's almost as if she's like, you know, like a teacher. I'm seeing this in my mind's eye. A teacher has one of those pointy sticks, and they're saying, like, it's almost like naughty, naughty, you know, as if, and now she's showing me like Peter prancing around in his little jacket with the brass buttons, like, naughty, naughty. This was something, no, 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 no. I would have never agreed to this. It was a bad decision. Whoever made that decision, I'm hearing collectively, it was a collective decision. It was not just a one person decision to have this particular writer or artist. Was it writer? Well, he is a writer, he is an artist, but he finished the paintings. I'm hearing abhorrish, ghastly. I'm hearing ghastly. It was ghastly. I'm hearing her say, like, I was absolutely bored with, I became a bit bored with, I'm hearing like sheep. Why am I hearing herb? I'm seeing like committee, disgruntlings in a committee, like the sheep committee. Sheep association. Yeah, there was so many men on that association. This would be something lovely to reinvigorate, where there's more women on the sheep association. Yes, I found great joy. there was a sense of boredom with it because there was so many men. It made me feel almost a bit masculine. Like that's why I was a bit masculine in my appearance, because I was, I surrounded myself with very masculine energy, because the kind of hierarchy, there's there's loads of masculine people in this kind of sphere. Because I'm seeing like this, I'm seeing like a Libra sign, you know, the scales. I'm seeing like it's always unequal when it comes to sheep association, or you want to balance it out. Like this would be something very good if even Raquel could implement in her own community. Sheep association needs to have a balancing figure of the male and female aspects of making it run smoothly. This is just, okay, I'm hearing her say, this is just a little tidbit of information. It's neither here nor there, darling, but just that would be something that as I observed along the lines of my meetings and everything, and I think that it would like snuff it out. I think it would snuff out. Okay, so I'm seeing like a candle, like a wick, like snuffer, and she's showing me like this candle. It would snuff out the over accentuated masculine so that it could equal out into that softness of a woman's touch. Is there anything else, Beatrix? Well, I'm hearing her say, oh, and just as a little reminder, okay, so I'm seeing her like not be too, like she's kind of persnickety, like I'm seeing her face, and I'm seeing it with like she has her hair up sort of, and she's got umbrella, Brelly. Does she got Brelly? Is that what you call it? Brelly. And she's got it like on the end of it, and she's holding it as if it's like a cane. And she's like, oh, and she's like, I had the like the Morse code sort of thing, like there's a journal or a diary or something that was finally broken down, or what do you call it? Decoded. That's the word I'm hearing, decoded. And I'm not too privy of that. I'm hearing her say, I coded it for a reason. Could you have left well enough alone? Like there was a reason that I coded it. Can't you leave some things to the imagination? Is that what humans always do? Is they've got to just untatter everything. They've got to just unravel everything. Can't you just leave well enough alone? Secrets are sometimes best left as secrets. And then I'm hearing her just like like picking up a cup of tea, and she's just like, oh, just, you know, well, leave well enough alone. But you know what? You're not going to listen anyway, because you humans are quite fascinating, is what she's saying. We're quite fascinating breed, aren't we? It's understandable. I understand it. and I'm hearing her like have like a soft touch to her voice or whatever, but she's like, it doesn't really matter, but that's just my opinion. You know, if I'm having this opportunity to channel through Raquel, then yes, I'm going to share my thoughts about things as though I would see them in my personality, because I was quite the confident woman. Although sheltered, I was very, very confident. And I'm hearing her say Hans Christian Andersen, like, remember when I said, this is what she's saying, remember when I said, I will become more famous than Hans Christian Andersen, a male, and I'm hearing her go like this, quotes, and I did it. I did it. And I'm hearing, that's so funny. Okay, so I'm hearing her say, because she's quite funny, but she says, okay, so Hans Christian Andersen, you know, wrote The Little Mermaid, Raquel. Yes, yes. And in the line, there's the movie, or I'm seeing the Walt Disney, because I'm seeing the Mickey Mouse. She's showing the Mickey Mouse, and she says, you know, in the movie where it says, the line in the movie where it says, never underestimate. There's something in the movie about never underestimate. Not body language, but basically she was, no, I'm tying it into never underestimate. Don't underestimate a woman. Never underestimate a woman with I'm not grasping onto it, Beatrix. Is there anything else, Beatrix? Yes, there is a little book that was written about her aunt, like Auntie B or something like that, of that nature. And she's saying that in the book, there is something that speaks about how she gave a dog a piece of chocolate, or a piece of candy, or a piece of chocolate or something, and did not give it to the nephew or the cousin or some little boy or something. And in the book, it seemed a bit funny. Like, for example, it was a bit odd that she would give it to her instinctively, her animal, rather than the family member. And she says, I want to draw the line on this story. You may have thought that it seemed a bit odd that I would give it to my dog rather than the family member, but I want to make this clear. The reason is that I never had children, so I don't relate to people that had children, so therefore it did not seem as though it was odd to me that I would selectively chose to give it to my animal. And so it made me seem in the book a bit like I was an unkind or not so generous of a woman, and that's absolutely not true. And so, yes, I want to clear that up. I'm seeing her like window wash. Like, I really want to clear that up. Let's clear that up, please. Thank you. Otherwise, everything's fine and dandy. But I wanted to clear that up. I'm hearing, like, I see like her going like this, like, was it never known that Beatrix was with child, but she lost it to the miscarriage? I'm seeing 2 and then I'm seeing 3. Like, did she have female problems? That's why she didn't have children. Because of illness, because of an illness that she had and carried on. And I'm seeing like a teenage girl. You know that there's a particular famous picture that Beatrix is, she's quite young, and she's got the ponytail and she's holding, I think, a dog of some sort. And she's showing me this, and this is stating that time frame, that age is when she started to know through doctors or being taken to medical care, that at hospital, that she had an illness or some sort of deficiency to where it created through the years an inability to carry children for full term. And I'm hearing her say, like, this is why I was a bit rough around the edges, because I did love children. This is the way that I could give back to children, because the world became my children, because I was incapable of bearing children. So these books are my children to the world. And I'm seeing an American flag. Like, she really loved Americans. She really liked Americans. And I see, like, setting aside particular things for just Americans. Like, I love my home country. I absolutely love it, adore it. But I really loved, there was something about an American that I really had a fondness for, is what she's saying. I'm hearing, I'm very appreciative of the Americans. Americans have this bolstering sensation about them. It's very appealing. It was very appealing to me, because I thought that they had this innate ability to be brazen, and it wasn't looked upon as though, like, you're being improper or you're being impertinent. And I really like that about them. Like, they were more verbal. Although I was never like that, I could respect it in them. But I was not raised to become so brazen. And so my brazenness came across as though I was haughty, Haughty. It looked as though I was a bit haughty and dismissive, and I was not. But this was I'm seeing her put on like a sheep, like, you know, when you skin the sheep, or you shed them. Is that what you call it? Shed them? When you shed the sheep? But anyway, she's taking like the wool and she's putting it over like this, and she's like, this is how like it appeared to be, but I was not like that. Like, I was actually a very, very kind, generous woman, very generous. And I'm hearing her say, is that not so generous that I bought all of this land to and protect it for the future generations of children of that, all in my name's sake? That is very generous. That is very loving. So it would be nice if you could put more of a, I'm seeing her like dot the cheeks with like with a paintbrush, you know, like you make the cheeks rosy, and putting pink, you know, making the lips quite pink, and then she's kind of like, you know, going like this to me, like I'm seeing her paint the mouth with a smile, and she's like, could we kind of make me seem a bit more, not docile, she's saying that, no, not that way, but cheery. I'm hearing cheery. I was a very well-chuffed gal. I was a very well-chuffed lass, but this is not representative of me and my personality, except for the people, the long, I'm hearing long, I'm seeing the word long. People that knew me for quite some time knew that I was quite a lovely woman. I'm hearing more so feminine. I'm hearing her say for the feminine, not so much the masculine, but that's all righty. That's all righty. Okay, and I'm hearing her say, let's close this down. Let me love you and leave you. Let me love you and leave you. And then I'm seeing most affably, which she used to, I do believe that she used to, in the letters to Norman, most affably, just as you do, Raquel, you've taken that on. Yes, yes, okay. Most affably, B. Did she used to say B? It was just the letter B. I see the letter B. And I'm hearing her say, B was only for particular people. Very few and far and in between. I rarely did it. I called myself B to other people, like, B. And then now I'm seeing like a bumblebee. I'm seeing a bumblebee. I'm hearing her say, okay, that's all. That's all. Toodle pip.